It was like a game of spinner. There were 27 spins during the two practices. There was Noah Gragson in the 18. How about the 99 of Ty Dillon? Ooh, Matt Crafton narrowly missed him. But there's the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, a two-time winner this season. And then how about this one? Johnny Sauter spins to avoid another truck that spun in front of him, and then Harrison Burton collides. How about the 29 of Chase Briscoe up and over? Actually did some damage to the fence. Watch it on the onboard. This is one of the guys that would be considered a favorite to win the race a little bit later tonight. Running 11th in that 29. How about the front of those trucks in the grill? You're starting to see some of that, all that dirt. And there's the 63 of Bobby Pierce that has come to a stop, and the yellow is out.
Spin it, pointing you here. Hold up. Keep on, come on.
That's Pierce's second spin of the day. A lot of damage when he spun in his heat race. Not any damage that time, but he's going to go a lap down.
A little bit of right front damage. You're going to have to look at that rig.
Bobby Pierce started 26th, one of the drivers we thought was going to be a real serious contender to win this race, trying to make some moves. There's J.J. Yaley in the 83 that spins and gets into the front of the 63. Chris Wyndham in the 36 got in there as well.
And Kevin, you know, I mean, you've done a little bit of dirt racing. There's just hardly no way to avoid a spinning truck because you just don't have any grip.
Yeah, and especially right now when it's wet like that. I mean, you see it, you know, the 36 getting to the back of the 63 there, but that all was caused from J.J. Yaley just getting loose. And it's hard. It's slimy right now. You don't really know what you have, and everybody's all over the racetrack. You're in different spots that you hadn't been in all day, and, you know, stuff like that is going to happen.
Nice battle with Briscoe and Creed there in that blue and white 20.
Yeah, watch Sheldon Creed. He's fun, Vince. He'll have that thing really hung out. Oh, he tries to dive to the bottom, and Ben Rhodes was there. They make contact. And around goes Johnny Sauter. Track's blocked over in turn 4.
A lot of contact. So Creed got a little bit too sideways, couldn't quite control it. Ben Rhodes got involved in it, and then it just started collecting people.
And it didn't stop soon.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing about dirt racing is once they wreck like that and you're full steam ahead going into the corner, you just can't stop.
Like Johnny Sauter, maybe the 51 of Harrison Burton in there as well. Yeah, Burton with some damage on the right rear.
Norm Benning involved, the 0 of Corbin Forrester as well. Forrester's the last one to drive away, but you could see Creed tried to dive to the bottom, and Ben Rhodes had no idea that he was getting
ready. He just didn't expect that he was coming. And then it just all piles in from here, and it's just who can get slowed down. And see Harrison Burton back into the 20 truck there. And
look at that. He just changed directions on Rhodes, and Ben was committed, couldn't do anything about it. Nice job by Ryan Truex getting around the top, and Justin Haley down and around the bottom. See what Pierce sees in the 63 truck.
There's Benning coming in, about 8 of them in all total involved in that one.
This ought to be a good view. Look up top and see this move of the 20 truck into the corner.
Yeah, that's just one of those racing deals right there.
Yeah, see if Johnny Sauter got much damage. I don't think he did in that 21 truck. A little bump on that right rear, but didn't hit anything with the front.
From the 19 of Austin Cindric.
Oh, nice job by Cindric to squeeze to the outside and make it through.
Kept our camera safe.
Yeah. It's made it about 19 more laps than I thought it would.
Well, I can tell you this. We have more cool camera views tonight than I've seen in a long time. This is great.
Back on the top side, Christopher Bell going sideways and getting around.
Go down to the street.
Oh, Kaz Gralla.
Some heavy damage to the front end of that 33 of Kaz Gralla, and the race favorite Christopher Bell around, and sure how much damage he's going to have on that right side.
I don't think, I mean, damage on the right side, but I don't know that it's going to hurt.
Oh, yeah, it's hurt bad.
Yeah, it won't turn. Yeah, that ends that for our favorite.
That is a big development in this race. As you talk to the different drivers down in the garage area, they all talked about Christopher Bell and how fast that truck was. Bell, a former winner here, and now major issues for Bell. And it's points and championship implication as well for him to be out this early.
Yeah, he's done, in my opinion. I don't think that one's going to continue tonight.
That's a shame. And for Kaz Gralla, a couple accidents lately. You know, you're riding along behind Christopher Bell. You certainly don't expect him to go around. And the 33 truck for Gralla is definitely done. The damaged vehicle policy here at Eldora is different than it normally is. You can go into the garage area and work on your truck. There's no 5-minute clock. So if this team can cut pieces and parts away, he can at least get back out on the track and make some laps. And it just looks like to me, Kevin, that right front suspension is totaled out.
Yeah, it looks like the upper control arm's probably bent along with the clip.
Bell was running in 3rd place, challenging on the top side, and there you see just got away from him.
Just lost it. You know, and I think we saw this a lot yesterday, and we talked about it a lot. You know, these guys, especially these dirt car guys, they have a lot to lean on when they race their dirt cars and their sprint cars. And these trucks, they don't have a lot of side bite. They don't have a lot of grip. They don't have a lot to lean on. And when they get too far around, they're gone.
And you can see Gralla just hidden behind 2 trucks, couldn't see what was ahead of him. And you just don't change directions on the dirt like you can on pavement.
How about on board with Christopher Bell?
Lock it down.
Boy, Ty Dillon did a good job of avoiding contact with Bell. There's Ty Dillon up there in that 99. Barely missed clipping Bell.
Yeah, did you see that left front tire lock up? And luckily, when he let off the brake, that thing turned to the right, because it is so hard. Like Michael said, it is so hard to change directions on the dirt when you're trying to stop. Plane is really hooked up right now.
Caution is out, just as we were having a challenge for the lead with Nemechek and Friesen. Multiple trucks getting together. That's Max Johnston down there in the bright orange 02. Ben Rhodes there to the right in the 27. That 0 of Corbin Forster involved as well. Max Johnston, the racer from Australia that has come over and running in his first ever Camping World Truck Series event.
That 27 truck is done. I don't know how much damage is done to the 02. I think Rhodes might have run into the side of Johnston.
Johnston was running inside the top 10 at the time. And there's Ben Rhodes.
Can't get any rhythm going on our races tonight. Guys are losing control of their trucks and causing some major pileups. See down on the bottom, Johnston goes around, and Ben Rhodes just committed and ran into the side of him.
And I cannot stress how hard it is to slow these trucks down. That was a big hit for, you know, the speeds that were going here, and it was also head on. So I agree with you, Mike. I don't know that either one of those trucks are going to continue tonight.
Yeah, I think Rhodes knows his night's over. A couple of tough weeks for the kid from Kentucky.
NASCAR official, I'm sure, explaining to Ben that he needs to go to the medical center after being involved in that accident. Here's a replay of it.
Proud to report that no operators were hurt when our camera lens was busted off of turn 2 there. Unfortunately, can't say the same for those 2 trucks.
Down there to try to make the pass on John Hunter Nemechek.
Well, I can tell you one truck that's not running the bottom, and that's the 4. He is right up against the wall. We got a caution here.
Got one on the bottom, spun around. I think it's a 20.
That's Sheldon Creed.
Creed's been a highlight reel himself tonight. Got sideways down into turn 3.
Finished 16th here a year ago. He's had some good speed in that Chevrolet throughout practice yesterday and today. Done a nice job. And Bell continues to soldier on, doing a little cleaning inside as well.
And you know, Kevin, you were hitting on it right when the caution come out. Christopher Bell and Rico Abreu are running the very top of the racetrack, as high as we've seen anyone, and they're making it work. I know why Bell's doing it. He's messed his truck up. It probably doesn't handle well. He needs that cushion to get it through the corners. But Rico Abreu saw the ground that Bell was making up top, and he joined him. You can see how high they are up there.
Both of those guys have won here in other forms of racing. They're very comfortable of running the cushion at Eldora.
Huge wreck here at the
Big
start.
crash right in the front, right on the front stretch, just underneath the flag stand. The 10 goes around. That's Ray Cicerelli.
We're lucky those guys were able to leave a groove on the high side. Some of the faster trucks were squeezing between Cicerelli and the wall.
Yeah, there was another truck that hit the 10. Sure sounded a lot worse than it was sitting in the booth.
We're just 5 to go before this stage break. Be interesting to see with this restart how crazy they get going for the stage points.
It's right under the flag stand as they come to us.
Little contact there with the, was that the 20 of Shelton
I think
Creed?
that was the 20 of Sheldon Creed again that had some contact with the 10.
And there you can see trucks just slipping by. Jeffrey Abbey, I think, made it past without any damage.
So Stuart Friesen continues to lead here in the final lap. And Cindric down in turn 1 brought out the yellow.
Obviously has a flat tire. You can hear it flapping.
Some damage there on that right rear.
It's not like an issue entering the corner, Phil. And we talked about the speed down into these corners. That had to get young Cindric's attention.
But it looked like maybe the left rear tire was coming apart when there's end finger on the very inside of Crafton in the 98 truck.
And look at those 2 black trucks on the bottom.
Oh, God. Contact in the...
That was contact with the 24 of Haley.
Kyle Busch going around. It was hard to tell which truck that Busch made that contact with, but the 24 of Justin Haley definitely was that truck. And there's Bono Mannion, the crew chief for Kyle Busch.
He knows it's all over. He's taking the window net down. You don't back in the wall in the tunnel turn without having some pretty significant damage.
Remember, he restarted 9th. We're back in the pack, and you could see Christopher Bell gets to the bottom of the 90 or the 24 of Haley, and Haley just tries to squeeze down. I don't know if he even knew Kyle was there yet, and they made that contact.
I'm not sure he knew he was there, but by the time he pulled down and squeezed Kyle was about 2/3 of a truck ahead of him, and he should have been able to see him then.
See Kaz Gralla well down off the road, just making sure he avoids any potential problem.
Fortunate as crowd as it is right here that more than just Kyle Busch suffered damage.
I'm going to retract my statement. I think he knew he was there. I just think maybe he was trying to squeeze him down.
Could have very easily collected several.
That's a very vulnerable spot right there too, going in that tunnel turn. Almost no way to save that truck, Michael.
About on board with Kyle Busch.
This is a brand new Toyota Tundra. Kyle's driving, just pushing his teammate along.
I think he would have been okay with the initial contact, but then when Haley hit him the second time, he hit him in that right rear corner and just turned him sideways.
Yeah, when I think they made the first contact, I wasn't sure Haley knew he was there, but at this point, he knows he's there, but he doesn't back off or roll up to the high side and give Kyle any break at all.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in the tunnel turn at all. I mean, running side by side through the tunnel turn is pretty challenging in itself.
Grabbed all 4 gears on the front straightaway. Look at John Hunter. He's improved that truck. It's handling better, and we know he'll go for it down on the bottom.
And there's the 18 of Noah Gragson. So just a moment ago on the 33 of Kaz Gralla involved as well. Been a tough break for the 18 of Gregson. He had a penalty for pitting out of the box earlier and had a lap penalty, got that lap back and was running right there at about 10th place. Now Kaz Gralla involved in that incident as well.
Yeah, this is going to put all those guys that pitted early in great shape, even for overtime now with these additional caution laps. But a tough break for Noah Gregson. Came in here on a great streak of top 10s. Looked like the 33 got loose. Maybe Kaz on the bottom had to go up the racetrack, got into Noah with nowhere to go for Noah. He got the second caution. He got the one caution that got the free pass, and then the second one.
Oh, look.
Ooh, Chase is in the middle of him, and actually Chase caught him on the right rear corner of Kaz's truck. That's what moved him up the hill.
Yeah, that
So didn't look to be any fault there maybe of Grala's. Looked like
No, I don't
Chase
think so,
Briscoe
Vince.
got in there. Yep, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think Kaz was an innocent victim here.
you can see him up at the top of the screen right there. And Kaz had no idea that he was getting ready to get clipped. That's just, I mean, we're going to see that more and more, Phil. We talked about at the beginning of the day the importance of the restarts and how you got to get all you can get. These guys are getting desperate and starting to trade paint.
Unfortunate for both Grala and Gregson. Gregson had a nice string going, 7 straight top 10s coming into today, and had just gotten his lap back.
He was headed for another top 10
Yes, he
too, because
was.
he had worked his way back just outside the top 10, and he had a fast truck.
And there Gregson has climbed from the truck,
Looks like he might be just a little shaken up.
being tended to by the medical personnel.
Talk about the speeds here at Pocono, down in that corner to 180 miles. I'm probably already up to either in 4th gear, 50, 150 or 60 even, you know, down in there that far in the corner.
And from that replay, it looked like once the contact was made, that thing just shot up into the outside wall too. It wasn't a long, lazy slide before it got up there. It went straight up into the wall.
Good to see Noah Gregson walking to the ambulance under his own power. 18 years old, 19 years old, from Las Vegas.
Look at the very right side of your screen. That's Kaz in that white and yellow truck. Contact was made with Chase, and he just ran into the side of Noah and just pushed him out of the groove into the gray area.
Yeah, that's we're possibly gonna see more of that, as these guys know that they're gonna have to fight for every spot on the track they can get.
So with the amount of yellows that we've had, as you see the 33 team doing some repairs to Kaz Grala's machine, let's go downstairs to Chris.
Well, and Vince, you can see the team still working hard to try and fix that right rear of the car. And Kaz Grala, he lost quite a bit of track position on the first stop of this race. The right rear got hung up on that stop. So, you know, he's doing a good job trying to work his way back into the top 10. And talking to Kaz before the race, he said, you know, one thing I've really been trying to improve on this year is restarts. I just haven't had the confidence. I haven't been aggressive enough. And, you know, right there we saw it. You know, once again, a restart just kind of biting him.
Oh, Nemechek around. Big hit for John Hunter Nemechek.
Got him going on the inside lane here. Straight right there, straight. Turn right, turn right.
That was a perfect picture of side drafting in the corners. What side drafting in the turns can do to these trucks. Chase Briscoe slid down toward Nemechek. Nemechek was loose and couldn't hang on to
It
it.
just robbed all that air off that rear spoiler, took all the side force away from that truck. We've seen it happen so many times. And again, Michael, we talk about it. They're running down in these corners at 190 miles an hour, and their center of the corner speed is probably faster than the Cup cars are, probably 175 to 80 miles an hour.
Watch, how does Kyle Busch in that 51 truck miss Nemechek right here? So close.
I mean, you can't teach that, Vince. He just had to trust that at 180 miles an hour, like you said, Phil, he could turn that truck to the left, not get loose and spin out and miss the spinning John Hunter Nemechek.
And probably more than likely, Kyle was aware when he saw the 29 pull down on the quarter panel of the 8 truck that was a good possibility of what might happen.
You can see that gap right there is good, but Briscoe, as he goes through the center of the corner, just gets down close to Nemechek, and Nemechek's truck just wasn't up for that, to be in that position, and around he goes.
And it's not, we're not blaming Chase Briscoe. That's what happens with the air in these trucks here on a high-speed racetrack.
Now there's a chance John Hunter will blame Chase Briscoe, but
Probably a good chance, but
the way he entered the corner, Chase just ran through the center of the corner, and when they were exiting, he wound up right down on the side of Nemechek, right there.
Keep coming there. He wrecked in your mirror there. Caution's out. Good job. Kids.
Chase was pretty fortunate that he didn't get caught up in that. A lot of times that inside truck will take that outside truck with him.
Well, it's been a feast or famine kind of season for John Hunter Nemechek. 6 top 5s, including a couple of wins, but he's also had 6 finishes of 18th or worse this season. This will be his 4th DNF of the campaign, and that is
Look at that truck bouncing.
a lot of damage.
Wow, bouncing off that wall. 3,400-pound truck just bouncing around like a basketball. Shows you the speed and how much energy there is when something goes wrong in a place like Michigan.
In the middle of the pack, got wrecked over in the tunnel turn at Pocono.
It's the final stage, and it's green at Michigan.
Good start by Haley, but not so much for Enfinger that was behind Haley.
Around goes Cody Coughlin in the 13.
Hang on, Cooper, hang on.
A big hit for Coughlin on that restart. Well, the restarts are so important. Everybody trying to get position.
99 tried to make it 3 wide and didn't work.
Coughlin had restarted in that 5th spot. Good to see him taking care of his business inside that cockpit, because that was a big hit.
Puts himself in a position to get a great finish again. Did Coughlin, and then had it all go away. Kyle Busch with some damage in that.
On that left front.
Went down pit road anyway.
Yeah, left front looks like it's flat, doesn't it, Michael?
Yeah, and there's the fender's
Come
bent
down
as well.
pit road. Everybody's got to come down pit road. It's blocked up down here.
So they're going to bring the line of traffic down pit road because the track is blocked by Cody Coughlin and the emergency vehicles down in turn 1.
We were just talking about Pocono, him starting mid-pack getting wrecked. Now he has some damage. He's going to lose some track position. He will have to come to pit road.
Remember how fast Ryan Truex was on those older left side tires. He was able to make a lot of progress.
Here's why we're under yellow. Cody Coughlin through the grass and then bang.
Man, that's a serious change of direction, isn't it? Hope Cody's okay. That was a hard hit.
So fortunate. You see, Bubba Wallace was trying to get through the middle. He makes contact with Cody. Fortunately, Cody hits the safer barrier down there on the inside. Thank you to Michigan International Speedway for having that safer barrier there.
How about riding along with Cody Coughlin? This is going to be a jarring ride.
Yeah, just
outside.
trying to move around and take advantage the best he could of that restart. Had dropped off of the truck ahead of him a little bit. Oh, look what.
Hello, go middle. And one outside. Caution's out.
Boy, so thankful the way Coughlin bounced back out into the racing surface area that no one else ran into him as he came back up onto the track.
Yeah, the last truck through there, Norm Benning does a nice job avoiding. You see Norm there with the 6 truck going to the outside.
Watch this.
What an unbelievable concussion.
All 4 tires off the ground with that impact. It's great to see you mentioned, Phil, of course, the safer barrier, and then the safety innovations within the car, the cockpit, and the seat, all of those things, the helmet, the head protection around the helmet, the Hans, so much that protects the drivers.
There's a great example of how the safer barrier works.
Well, watch it.
It doesn't happen here that often that you get away with a spin that and not hit anything, but Harrison did a great job keeping that truck between the fences.
Engine issue in the very last lap of practice earlier today.
Did he get into the outside wall?
Yeah.
Sure looks like it.
All the way down the right side. See the right front and the right rear both.
Look, he just gets his right sides outside the traction compound on the exit. We saw that happen earlier.
That's a pretty big hit. Push and shove. That's when cautions happen, when someone's holding you up a bit and you're trying to get out.
Oh, one into the wall.
Looks like the 50 truck in the wall. Josh Rayom.
That had every look of a flat tire.
Sure did.
So the caution is out. Rayom was running in the 28th spot at the time and
Going to be
got into the wall there on the right side, bringing it in.
Big break for Chase Briscoe.
Yeah, I think that giving them an opportunity to bring that truck down pit road, maybe work on it. See this happen right in front of the 44 of Austin Wayne Self, who was just a couple trucks in front of our leader, Kyle Busch.
Enfinger's had 5 top 5s this season.
Oh, trouble.
Yes, indeed. The 45 going around, that's TJ Bell.
Bell had some contact from Friesen, it looked like, down on the inside. A nice job by TJ spinning that thing around, heading in the right direction. He won't lose a lap.
Caution for the 2nd time tonight. Bell back there in that 21st position when he has this issue.
Remember, Friesen was just on pit road, made an adjustment, just tried to squeeze inside of TJ and slips by. No damage there to the 45 truck or Friesen.
A lot of action, just as we expected.
More. Matt's opened up a good gap on Johnny Sauter, who runs third.
Kyle Busch leading. This is what he sees. Oh, contact in front of him. Justin Haley, and Kyle gets inside of him, and the caution is out. So it's Haley and the 44, Austin Wayne Self getting together right in front of the leader, Kyle Busch, and that's going to bring out the caution.
Self is not too happy with the 24 truck of Haley. Looked like Haley dove in the corner. Maybe the truck didn't stick, got into the side of Self, and that truck's torn up from one end to the other.
Yeah, he was trying to stay in front of Kyle Busch. Just try to stay on the lead lap.
Watch it from Kyle's perspective. You see the 24 and the 44 just ahead of him, and then
bam.
You think maybe hit the apron with a left front tire, and then that kind of lost the front end a little bit.
He kind of had a bad angle into the corner. Looked like he was really low when he entered, and certainly slid into the 44 truck right there.
Yeah, watch the 45 of TJ Bell. He makes contact with the left side of the 44 of Austin Wayne Self.
Bell running back in the 22nd position. You can see they just get hung together. See what Kyle saw here.
yeah, the 24, you can see the 24, his left tire's definitely got down underneath
I
on
think
the apron.
It looked like he was almost forced down to the apron. There wasn't a whole lot of room down there.